Now we can check out the movies that are coming out today, I guess, but for the weekend. Keeper from Neon, and then Now You See Me, Now You Don't from Lionsgate, and The Running Man, which I never saw the original Running Man, so I'm going to be watching that soon. Pretty interesting. The movie looks actually could be cool. And then Keeper, and then Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I think I saw the first one. Oh, this is like the third one now, huh? I don't remember. I might have seen the second one. I'm not really too into them, though. But maybe for this one, I'll watch the other two and see, what it's about. But out of all of these, I'm sure this one's going to do the best. Then The Running Man. I don't know. These three are kind of like big-ish movies in a way. Osgood Perkins, whatever his name is. See, this is the movie Keeper, 2025, rated R, hour 40 minutes. So it might... That's a good runtime. Folk horror. What? Folk horror. Oh. Monster horror, psychological horror, supernatural horror, tragedy horror. A romantic anniversary trip to a secluded cabin turns sinister when a dark presence reveals itself, forcing a couple to confront the property's haunting past. Interesting. Let's check the trailer out.
I want to go back. Can I trust this man?
Can I trust this woman?
There's something special about you.
You make the children.
I want to go.
I want to leave now. I want to go back to before.
Oh my god. Well, that looks really creepy. Wow. I didn't see the monkey, and I didn't see Longlegs yet. I'm gonna be watching that one soon. Longlegs, the monkey, the black coat's daughter. I am the pretty thing that lives in the... something. 4.6 though, and 5.9. The monkey. Nope. He's also an actor. The Young People director. The Keeper, The Monkey, Longlegs. The Twilight Zone. Gretel and Hansel. So he just kind of sort of got started? Huh. The Monkey, Longlegs. Wow, and he wrote those. Wow. Well, The Monkey is a Stephen King story, right? So anyway, yeah, directed by Osgood Perkins, written... Oh, this one was written by Nick Leppard. Tatiana Maslany. Not familiar with her. Rossif Sutherland and Claire Friesen. Not too familiar with them. Tatiana Maslany. Rossif Sutherland. I don't think I've seen... Her I've seen. Wow. Pretty much an unknown cast in a way. Not like a Brad Pitt or George Clooney or something. Let's see, radar for some violent content, gore, language, and some sexual references. Huh. I hate when it's so much of these things. A better balance. Like, they seems like Is there any other way you could have done this? Or, you know, or like cliches and stuff. And there's actually no reviews. Usually there's always like super early reviews. That's interesting. Though there's only one piece of trivia. A teaser trailer for Keeper appeared at the end of Osgood Perkins' film The Monkey. Wow. They already had Keeper done. Like he's holding the DVD already. And then at the end of The Monkey, there's a trailer for that movie. That's really cool. Well, I don't know. I say this movie, I feel like, gosh, I hope it's good in the way that, like, it's not like crappy, but I don't know if it could be amazing because a lot of the stories for these are always someone's possessed, right? Or somebody has a curse, or that it's like, you know, it's like the same thing. Like, who's cursed? You know, it's like, okay. But in this, I don't know, like, what would I expect from this movie? But the dark presence, isn't that a whatever? Like, energy, whatever. So they go there, and then, like, possession, though. I hope it's not that. Every movie is somebody gets, like, possessed. Or something. Isn't there other ways to do stuff? Like, maybe the souls that were buried there need human energy. So they're able to control the real world from the spirit world or something. And they're able to draw these two people there, and maybe they're both kind of not perfect, so the spirits are gonna exploit that or something, and they need these two to do something to create energy, you know, for them to have power. Maybe, I don't know, that would be kind of something like that, like a reason, you know, as to why they're there, rather than like, because it looks like someone's going to get possessed. It looks like someone's going to get possessed and then kill each other or frame them or something, you know? But anyway, I think that movie will do okay. I don't think it's going to bomb. The next movie is this Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which I believe is the third one, right? It says a Diamond Heist reunites retired horseman illusionists with the new performers Greenblatt, Smith, and Sessa as they target dangerous criminals. That's a 612 already. Ruben Flesher, written by Seth Graham Smith, Michael Leslie, and Rhett Reese, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, and Dave Franco. Crime thriller. Let's see how the trailer is.
Did you think we abandoned you? Or that we'd run out of magic? Well, think again, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 10 years since the Horseman last appeared. It is very good to be back.
Still got it.
We have 3 days to prepare a trick bigger and better than anything you have ever seen. It's a 10 million to 1 shot.
Those are my kind of odds.
Bring down 2 generations of criminals with a single sleight of hand.
I mean, I have kind of missed running for my life and jumping off roofs with you guys.
It's good to have you back.
I'm really looking forward to taking you down.
Diamonds are forever.
Up is down. Left is right.
Whoa. It's nothing. He's basically a computer full of useless information. Magicians are entertainers, not superheroes.
Why can't we be both? And sleep. Not everyone's susceptible.
Okay, well, stupid seeming forced jokes, whatever. I hate when they do that. What about natural humor? Not everyone jokes all the time. There's been like all this, the discourse with this film involving the titles, I would say. The second one, I wonder if they planned 3, like years ago. They said, oh, the third one, we're going to do the first one, Now You See Me. Then we're going to do Now You See Me 2, whatever. And then the fans are all going to go, why is it now you see me, now you don't? And then the third one is when we're going to do the actual full title. Now you see me, now you don't. That's what it seems like, because, and I hope this doesn't burn the story out. You know what I mean? I hope it doesn't burn it out. And like, we've already seen this story twice. Now it's a third time. And it looks like this is going to go beyond what the movie is. Like it actually might ruin this, because it seems like they're going to make them like, I don't know, superhero, right? But like Avengers or something. What I didn't understand is like, it's a magic movie, right? And you could do magic in real life. Like, you could do all of that. They could have done the movie with stunts, like Penn and Teller could have helped out, you know, like gotten some creative input from big people, which would have led to almost like a movie you could perform anywhere. If this cast could get together and just know their lines and then perform the movie wherever they go. But because like the movie seems like there's magic that you can do in real life, and then there's the movies which you can, you know, it's suspension of disbelief. And in the movie, it seems like it's like magic is more like what people have been saying is that they're wizards, because their magic is like not real magic in real life, but like you can throw a card, but their cards fly like CG, you know? So it's that aspect to, like, you know, it's not real, but it's like, but they make it seem real until they do something that you're like, oh, this is a movie. These are the reviews for it. 16 reviews so far, 6 stars average rating. 5 stars, all the elements I love from the first 2 without the soul. See, that is usually the truth. They do it again, and it just doesn't have that feeling. Why don't they learn to just not make sequels? Like, if it's a sequel, I think you should run it near or by us. I think we should get a look at, like, what are you guys working on? Oh, don't waste your money on that. We don't want that. Just ask. Why blow $50 to $100 million on a movie, and then it doesn't work for a sequel or a trilogy, a threequel? I mean, look, like 6 stars, fun reunion meh film. This has been years in the making. It's finally come out. Was it worth it? 4 stars. 3rd time's the charm. Not really. Wow. 10 years after the Horseman's second act, 3 young magicians make their entry. 3 young... Oh, whatever. Now you see me, but never again. Added a big budget, solid actor. Much anticipated film yield such poor writing, directing, and editing. Now you see me, but never again. And then 6 out of 10, boring. I want to read this one. Now you see me, but never again. Boring. Wow. Okay, hold on. Without the soul. For me, the biggest problem is the plot. I just couldn't find the characteristic wit they used to have. I am a huge fan of the first movie. I just enjoyed a lot the second one. I enjoyed the second one a lot. This one only tries to appeal to them. Remember you how it used to be. But there's no soul, no magic, nothing really intrigues you. Flat from the beginning to the end. The plot is simple and straightforward, nothing bad with that. But I wasn't really engaged. Okay. Boring. My least favorite of the 3 movies felt like I was watching an escape room movie. Kind of boring. Loved the actors, just fell flat for me. Luckily, I saw the preview for free. Just wasn't as thrilling and entertaining as the other 2 movies. I'd suggest waiting until it comes out on a streaming platform. The box office is probably going to be reading this, and next week they're going to take the movie out. Get out of here. Go to streaming. That's crazy. I wonder if the math really works. You pay how much for a ticket to see it in high quality, and then you're paying for Netflix, and you go home to watch it there, and it's compressed bitrate or whatever. 5 out of 10. 10 Horsemen is 6 too many? Oh, they've added more. Like Ocean's 11 or whatever. Ocean's 11, they only add... Isn't that like every time they add one? So that's 2 people. So this... You know what I mean? Or whatever. I mean, they added one. They didn't add like the Expendables. They just kept adding people, just like anybody. Well, not anybody, but you know what I mean. I mean, actually, kind of it got to that point. It's like we can't get any more '80s action stars. You know, hey, you come over here from the next set for the next stage over. There's just far too many team members now. 9 active to the plot, and one more thrown in at the very end, and still it was missing one notable name from the second movie that would have elevated it more. What does that mean? Like an Arnold? Like a big name? Like a Millie Bobby Brown? I wonder why she's not in these types of movies. This type of heist film is better when we have a small team of 4 doing a Mission Impossible Hustle Leverage type double movie length episode. I know Atlas by name. The other 9, I have no idea what their names are. 9. Less of the CGI camera tricks. More focus on actual real-world tricks and using them to solve crime. Oh. So these are criticisms? Less of the CGI camera tricks. Like, they should use less CGI and focus more on the real tricks. And keep the budget low. We don't need expensive race cars with an ending that is resolved off screen when the character just turns up. No explanation given. That might be a spoiler. But if it is, it's stupid, right? That's probably no Home Alone optical illusion museum to set things in. It was just stupid. No Home Alone optical illusion museum? Oh, because that's in the movie, right? So they don't want that. So it doesn't work. Seriously, too much money was spent in the sets when a tighter, more focused script was what was needed. Yeah. It's watchable, and at least they vanished a silk in a TT. I don't know. They explained how the diamond was switched out. As stupid as that was, same as a car stealing scene, security around a £1 billion diamond was laughable. What? Even more so when the twist at the end is revealed and you realize how pointless the rest of the movie was. Huh. This might be spoilers, but this might be what people need to read before they go see this movie. It's just that. It's just like, when you hear stuff like that, people don't have the money to just gamble on a movie like that. Oh, let's spend $40. Let's go see a movie. That sucked. Why did we see it? Like, what? I don't understand that. They should have you when you leave. Did you like the movie? No. Here's your money back. You know? Like, oh, you liked it? Oh, cool. Thanks for the money. Or whatever. 7 out of 10. Fun and nostalgic. This isn't a groundbreaking... What? But it's definitely more enjoyable than expected. It manages to breathe some new life into familiar ideas, adding enough energy and style to keep things interested. The story might not hold up to much scrutiny, but it's so that it was a kind of entertainment that makes you want to keep watching. What really works here is the mix of pacing, charm, and little creative touches that make the experience feel fresh without trying too hard. It knows what it is, doesn't take itself too seriously, and just has fun with it. Not perfect, not profound, but for what it's going, it pulls it off nicely. I mean, if you look at it like that, this guy must not, have money issues, whatever, or like mind wasting money on a movie that just doesn't do well, because, I mean, yeah, this can be true. It's like, oh, this is cool, blah, 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 whatever, but, I mean, maybe this guy doesn't know anything about movies or stories. He's an electrical engineer. He's not a writer or whatever. He's not into these things. But for him, he liked it. See? 7 out of 10 stars. 9 years for this? Does that sound like it's against it? Like, it took you 9 years to do this. It should have taken you 20 years. You did it in 9? Or it took you that long? Man, I could have done this in 5 years. I could have done this in 4 years. 6 out of 10 stars. I wanted to love it. I have just watched the third film in the series set roughly 10 years after the last. Is it really 10 years or 10 years in a movie? They should do a movie with actors and then release it when they've passed or something. And like they film it in different ways, and then the character is a young character, but the other character is himself old. So they film it 80 years later when the actor has aged up. and now he can play the other part. And then when you play it back, it's his young self with no CG talking to his older self with editing. And then this one, Now You See Me, But Never Again. This is the one I wanted to read. 4 out of 10 stars. How did a big budget, solid actor, much anticipated film yield such poor writing, directing, and editing? Magic, apparently. The trick here is to fool audience into paying for this nonsense. That's exactly what I said. Want to spend 2 hours of your life watching someone else ooh and ah in a magic show or play in an escape room filmed on screen? The only thing worse than the script may be Rosamund Pike's accent. Oi. And then under it's a 10 out of 10. That cannot be real. We know 3 trilogies suck. Oh, I mean, have the chance to suck, as well as even sequels. There's a lot of bad sequels out there. But this is just 2 hours of your life. It's an hour and 40 minutes, I thought. With the runtime? They're still saying that with the runtime? That's interesting. Because I just watched the Long Walk. And that one, I feel like it could have been a little shorter. An hour and 50 minutes or something. They could have done that in an hour and a half and had better dialogue. And not wasted unnecessary dialogue. And it would have been better, I think. Yeah, these are some of the images, I guess. So this scene is like a big scene in the movie then, or something? Like, why though? So most of the movie takes place here. It must have been, wow, that must have been hard to film. I bet you some of that is CG or whatever. Oh, Morgan Freeman. Okay, he's in it. I don't like those hats. I gotta say, those hats, I don't like those hats. Do you think that is a scene in the movie or a photo? It's set up like a picture, but I guess it's a frame in the movie. That's obviously the movie. Oh, I was gonna say that is Ariana Greenblatt. Little Gamora, and who's the girl from Borderlands? Oh, wow. What? That's a cool poster. Wow. Jeez, that is so cool. It's kind of weird, but I mean the creativity that's so interesting. Wow. Wow. Why are there posters like the international posters are really cool. That is crazy. That's a movie poster. It looks like one of those oh, I bet you it is. Oh, I bet you it is. Yeah, their posters are officially cooler than ours, I would say. Well, these ones are lame. Yeah, these suck. These ones are bad. So they used so that is a version. I see. Well, that one's kind of interesting. Yeah, I like the Japanese ones. Look at that one. Oh, it's cool. They each get one. Jeez, 9 of them? Yeah, 9. Oh my god. Whoa. That's cool. Do you think that guy in the back is the mystery guy they're saying? I bet you there's Penn and Teller. No. You know, like David Blaine walks in. He's like, hey, you dropped this, and hands him a card. A business card? That'd be kind of cool. Oh, I like that one. Anyway, yeah, these are really cool. That's cool. That one is cool. That one's okay, I guess. But these are really nice. Look, they put all that money into the international ones. So there's no budget information. Some trivia for it are the film was announced by Lionsgate Entertainment CEO John Feltheimer in 2015, more than a year before Now You See Me 2 was released in 2016. Wait, what? So they kind of knew they're going to do a third. Okay, interesting. First film in the series without Sir Michael Caine as Arthur Treasure due to his retirement in 2023. Wow. Daniel Radcliffe does not reprise his role as Walter Mabry from the second one. Marks the return of Isla Fisher. Oh, I bet you he's in it, right? I bet you he's going to reprise his role. How much you want to bet? marks the return of Isla Fisher as Henley Reeves for the first time in 12 years since her last appearance in Now You See Me. 12? Did they forget to write her in the last one? Afterwards, they're like, wait a minute, who was that? Isla Fisher. I didn't write her in, you know? And then Mark Ruffalo appears only at the end of the film. Okay, but is that a spoiler? Do we care? This guy was at the No Kings protest. No, he's a socialist who hates capitalism, but he's a millionaire. Explain that. The next movie that we have is The Running Man, rated R, 2 hours and 13 minutes. Whew. I hope it utilizes the time. It looks like there's going to be a lot of story that fills up to 2 hours. Like it was 3 hours and they said, hey, we need to cut this down. And we're like, hey, I think this is the closest we can go. 2 hours and 13 minutes. And they're like, all right. And they watch it and they're like, wow, that might, you know, like I see, okay, like the story's there. We get all the information. Conspiracy thriller, dark comedy, dystopian sci-fi, one-person army action, political thriller. A man joins a game show in which contestants allowed to go anywhere in the world are pursued by hunters hired to kill them. Now, this is a Stephen King story. 6.0 stars. Directed by Edgar Wright. Written by Stephen King, the story, the original one. Michael Bacall, Edgar Wright. Huh. Glenn Powell, Alyssa Ben, Sienna Ben. Oh, I'm not familiar with Glenn Powell. Edgar Wright. Written and directed. Well, and also, that's so cool. All right, let's watch the trailer. This seems just like The Slow Walk, whatever, The Long Walk, except it's The Running Man. It's like Stephen King wrote one side and then the other side, like both premises. The Long Walk and then The Running Man. He should do another one called Stationary or Sit or Placement, right? Something like that. And like A Quiet Place, you can't talk. They should have one like Sit, and it's motion detectors or a creature with, you know, that strikes after anything that moves, so everybody has to not move. I guess it would be called Don't Move, probably, right? Stop moving, it's called that. But and like you make every version, like everything, like soon in like 500 years there's going to be a movie about a toothpick and a spoon, you know, in love with a TV monitor, like who's cheating on him with a toaster, you know what I mean? And somehow like Barney's there, you know, like Mr. Bill walks by. Like it's just whatever because there's nothing else to write about. Okay, let's watch the trailer for this film.
Stop filming me!
Ben Richards, 35, married, one child, in medical crisis.
We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch yourself.
Employment status, blacklisted. But there's still a way out for you. It's the biggest show in the country.
Bloodlust is our birthright! Set it free! Welcome to The Running Man!
People on these games never come back.
I'm not trying to get myself killed, so kiss my ass twice.
Right there is why you can win this game. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down. And get your family out of Slumside for good.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down. I promise.
That's the spirit.
This is America, goddammit! And we don't put up with no bullshit! Yes! Hunt him down!
Wow.
Stop filming me!
Have you ever wondered if this game is rigged?
Guess we'll find out.
You might be moving up too fast.
Hey, buddy. You're on Freebie.
Yeah, yeah! You've been
Back at you.
I'm still here, you shit eaters. Hey, big boy!
Are you crazy?
Okay. Well, wow. That's interesting. I'm going to watch that other one, the Arnold one. I've never seen it before. That is interesting. It looks very hectic. It looks very straightforward. The twist is going to be if what? Josh Brolin set him up? Or I wonder if it's going to be the same twist as the original. You know, what could they do different? It'd have to be like, because then it's weird. How do you make something not a sequel if it's a remake? You got to do the same story again with a new twist, or base it off it, or make a. See, you might as well make a sequel. If it's too far away, it's called a legacy sequel. This is like a legacy reboot. No, it's a remake. But it's like, I wonder if Arnold is going to show up in it. They should have given Arnold the announcer role, or Josh Brolin's role. And Arnold is the winner from the last one. You know, and they've employed him as the manager or whatever. Glenn Powell. Not familiar with this guy. He's getting a lot of roles though, I think. I think he's pretty popular. And basically, other than Josh Brolin, Sean Hayes. Who else? Lee Pace. And then Josh Brolin, who's not even on here. Did I miss his name? No. Let's see. So user reviews. Here's a piece of trivia. It says, Schwarzenegger, the star of the original The Running Man, appears on the currency used in the film. I knew it. I was going to say, he's got to be in it somehow. So here's all the trivia. There's 16 of them, and spoilers, so I'm not going to read all of them. This one says, Edgar Wright told Stephen King to watch Hitman to convince him that Glenn Powell was the right choice to play Ben Richards. So Edgar Wright has to convince Stephen King to approve of the actors in the movie? Huh. Wow. Arnold gave Powell his full blessings. The book the movie is based on was published in 1982, but takes place in 2025, the year this movie is being released. The original movie was released in 1987 and takes place in 2017. Oh. The book this movie is published in 1982, but takes place in 2025, the year this movie is being released. Wait. Wow. Wait, so the movie takes place in the future from there in 2025, and it just happens to be 2025 now? I see. Interesting. Based on the early information and first trailer's release, it appears this movie would be closer to the Stephen King original story elements than the 1987 version. Oh. So the original movie changed it from the book. In the novel, Dan Killian and Bobby Thompson are TRM show's producer and host. Respectively, Richard Dawson covered both roles in 1987 as Damon Killian, and the 2025 trailer shows that it uses the element of The Running Man. Okay, I see. The Running Man being a global manhunting game show that takes place in the real world. In 1987, in the entire series was just filmed in close-up areas of the real world? Oh, I see. Interesting. Wow, Edgar Wright wanted to make this movie for a while. Wow, other than Glenn Powell, Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth all were considered for the lead role. So it says Tom Cruise called Glenn Powell. He gave him running lessons, and he said you should film yourself running because you don't look as cool as you think you do. He was right. That is hilarious. The master, the professional himself, telling another person how to do it. That's crazy. Tom Cruise has never, died on set, whatever type of stuff. And he does crazy stuff. Like, he's never, I thought there was something, but he's never, got super injured or anything, or died, obviously. In the film, the giant N logo above the network building is colored red and resembles a Netflix logo. This is not an oversight or error, but a subtle dig at Netflix, who director Edgar Wright says ran trailers on its streaming platform for his film The World's End that carelessly gave away the ending to that film. Really? Wow. I mean, even in Peacemaker, Holland Jennifer Holland's character, she basically does the 30 Seconds to Mars joke, which is like an obvious reference from James Gunn to the 30 Seconds from Mars guy, Jared Leto. So, I mean, this is a straight up, I mean, if the N gets shot at or explodes, or just the N word logo part like falls off the logo and gets destroyed, does that count as part of the dig? Or if they do that in the movie, you think that's going to be in the movie? One of the 2 films released theatrically in November, other than Predator Badlands, in which the film franchise starred Arnold. As a subtle nod to The Running Man, the film has a brief sequence where dancing girls dressed and dancing in a similar fashion to the 1987 film are seen on stage just as the TV broadcast of the game show starts. Cool. It's good when they do that. And that's it. I'm not going to read any of the other ones. So I think that this movie, this one, people are going to want to see this one. I think men are going to want to see this movie, you know? Here are some of the reviews for The Running Man. 6 out of 10 stars, enjoyable walk. A great popcorn movie, not done in a particularly skillful way, but it's just good old-fashioned entertainment. The cast was great. Powell did a nice job. The world felt quite two-dimensional. It was on the precipice of making an interesting point, but settled in pretty elementary commentary. However, I think it's okay in this instance as it keeps the movie feeling like a low investment, simple watch. Cinema lives, 7 out of 10. Run, and give the people a good show while you're at it. One of the most engaging theater experiences I've had this year. Running Man is a buffet table of cardio, comedy, explosions, and bullets. In this world where the gap between the rich and powerful and the hopeless and broke is very apparent, it holds up a mirror to the audience in a way that's relatable to some. Will I pay rent or pay for my kids' medicine, etc.? Wow. The harsh and wacky nature of the film, where salvation seems unreachable, introduces a corrupt elite who comes in as an olive branch. Anyway, 6 out of 10 stars. On your marks, at a secret screening on Saturday night, I saw The Running Man. My anticipation was high. I liked the original movie well enough, but I'm an Edgar Wright devotee, and he was a draw for me, which is why I'm so disappointed just how generic and pedestrian this feels. Huh. Interesting. 10 out of 10 stars, a guaranteed good time at the movies. A lively, vibrant, and in-your-face blockbuster is sure to entertain. Cool. 10 out of 10 stars. Very different to the original. I'm a massive fan of the original Annie flick, and this movie isn't that. In fact, it's nothing like that. What? But it certainly holds its own and is a great action flick. Glenn Powell does a great job bringing his version of Ben Richards to life. The action is good, special effects are excellent, and the characters are terrific. Oh, Arnie, not Annie. If you go and expect another Arnie-style flick, you'll be disappointed. Okay. I'm a massive fan of the original Arnie flick. This guy didn't read it. He literally just typed it and pressed enter. 9 out of 10 stars. Very book accurate. That's why. That's why people didn't like it. The book readers are going to like this movie. Because they read the book, they saw the movie, they probably said it was good, but didn't follow the book. Now this apparently is following the book. So I bet you people are going to like it then, if it follows that. Because the long walk changed the end with Garrity and McCreeves, whatever his name is. They changed it, and I didn't like it. I didn't read the book, but I mean, I didn't like how the movie went. I don't know. I didn't like it. I love this. This says, I loved it, and I don't care if some people say it's a popcorn movie. It's so very book-accurate adaptation, except some tiny details, but I don't want to spoil it. I feared that it will become a comedy action from what I've seen in the trailer, but when it has to be deep, it can be deep. And I need to mention one more thing as a huge Stephen King fan. King is the king. This man in 82 said that people will manipulate photos and videos, and look at that. We are living in it right now. The story has a huge social criticism, and it is very current. In my opinion, the movie did a good job of reproducing the book. I recommend to any fellow King fan. I think you won't be disappointed. See, interesting. Even if you don't read the book, this should still have the elements of a good movie. Whatever makes a good movie should be in this, right? All those things, the beats, the pacing, the climax, like it should all be there, resulting in a good film for non-book readers. These are the 3 movies that come out. Keeper, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and The Running Man. So I think The Running Man is going to do the best because it looks like it's a better movie in the way that it has what a movie is, what a story is. And then besides it looking hectic and very action-y, it looks like it should do well. Then Now You See Me, Now You Don't shouldn't, because it's going to be hanging on the fact that it's a trilogy, a third movie, and maybe people are burnt out on it. I think that Now You See Me, Now You Don't will do well the first day because it's the third movie and people want to see it. And I'm sure a lot of people will like it, but then I think the majority won't. And by next week, it'll drop off. And then Keeper is like an option. It's like PG-13 movie or rated R, and then there's a rated R horror movie. So if you don't want to see rated R Running Man or PG-13 Now You See Me magic movie, you can go see rated R horror Keeper. Pretty interesting. All right, well, anyways, comment down below about what movie you think is going to do the best, and we'll check out the results on Monday.